Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today we're going to make another page setup in the album that we're currently making, which is the Simple Vintage Meadow Flowers using the Timeless Printable Scrapbook album templates. And I think I'm just calling it Vintage Meadow, I think. Or, yeah, I think that's what I'm calling it. So anywho's, there is a playlist for this album, and if you want to start from the beginning, I'll link it up here, and it'll take you step by step. I did want to tell two things, just really quick. I wanted to tell everyone that there is a setting in your playlist, and I noticed that mine were already like preset to be like the newest video first. So if you're wanting to watch the album being made from beginning to end and not from end to beginning, then you'll have to go and click. There's like a little settings. I don't know if it's the 3 little dots or what it is, but there is a setting for that. I just wanted to tell you that. And then another thing I wanted to tell you is, let me get my phone. Oh, my phone is dirty. I wanted to show you, I'm going to grab a video. Amazon is doing something weird that can be good and bad. So let me find my last video. I'm just gonna hit it.
Everything changed for me when I did this one swap. I love right.
I could have swore I turned that down. Okay, so let me skip that so y'all can see the video. So here, let me bring the camera down to you. Or the camera down to you. Let me bring the camera down to my phone. Oh, I might have gone too. Well, no, that's good. Let me try to just hold my phone like this. Okay. So if you hit more, the description box drops down, and then there is links and timestamps and all the things, right? So there is a Amazon list for this project. So I'm going to hit that Amazon list link. See where I cracked my phone? Isn't that terrible? So here is the Simple Vintage Meadow Flowers, a timeless Amazon list for this project. Now the first thing here, right there, it says similar pick. Well, it's the wrong paper collection. So what you need to do is you need to go down to view original if you want to see what I can't figure out how to change this, and if you guys know, let me know. But it shows you a different paper collection, which is frustrating because now I have to make sure that I tell you all when something like this happens, because this is the actual paper collection that we're using, and just because it's currently unavailable doesn't mean that you don't want to see what it is. Do you know what I mean? So you have to kind of make sure if it says similar pick, that's something different than what I had originally linked. Also, if you see weird things like tents or something, that obviously is not meant to be in that. And that happens sometimes too, where the sellers on Amazon will just reuse a link. I don't know why. I don't know why. But anyway, I wanted to point that out, you guys, because it's kind of frustrating. I don't want you guys to buy the wrong paper collection thinking you're buying what I'm using and it's a similar, quote unquote, similar pick. I'm drinking some lemongrass tea. I grow lemongrass in my garden, and I've been feeling really like bloated. Not bloated. I don't know what's the word. I haven't been feeling great. Today's Monday, and we went to some festivals in the past couple weeks. We've been to St. James Art Fair. Speaking of which, it's where I got this really cool coffee. I can't tip it to show you, but I got this really cool coffee mug at St. James Art Fair, which is a huge, huge festival. We love going. We love supporting and buying handmade things like that. But anyway, so we went to another one this past weekend. Well, anyway, the food is, we have ate more bad things, like good, yummy things, but bad things for your body. And it's been like I've done really good about eating good. And so when you go a couple weeks where you're eating really yummy but really bad food, my body is feeling it. I've recently lost about 20 pounds and, well, I mean, gradually, obviously, over time, but I'm trying to kind of maintain a healthier body, you know. So I'm hoping, I did a little research, and I'm hoping my lemongrass tea, which is all it is hot water and lemongrass, I'm hoping this will do the trick, or to help get rid of whatever's sitting in my tummy. Does that make sense? It's surprisingly delicious. I usually cut my lemongrass down and put it in my garden beds, but anywho's, I'm sorry, I just went off on a complete side note. Okay, let me show you what I've got prepped and ready. So this is what we got so far, and I don't have a whole lot going on in this video today because we're doing the back side of the next layer, so it's going to be mostly flattish. So we might get these sections all attached together so that they're not all loose, because right now everything is just real loose. So, all right, so let me show you what we've got going on, what I've got prepped and ready, and then we'll do some assembly. Timestamps are always in the description box and the first pinned comment. Okay, first thing is, let me put this out of the way. Page number 4, I printed on white cardstock, and I have put tape on the big tab here, and I've just inked it, scored it and inked it. And then I printed the mats for this. I printed that, which is on page 34. I printed that off, and then I also printed one of the shades of color. Which color is this? Shades of color 2, and the color number is 16. So I printed that first, and then I printed that over top. So I cut those out, and those are ready to go. Inked them up. Isn't that pretty? It just gives a pretty color. It gives you something. It gives a little visual interest. I just love doing that. Okay. Then the next thing I did is page 7. Whoops, I've got a lot here. Is that all? No, I got something on the back there. Page 7, I printed off twice, and I printed both of them plain. Doesn't really matter which way. So what you want to do is, I printed them off onto cardstock. I printed 2. And you cut the 2 short tabs off and 1 long tab, and then you want to tape and miter the corners of that tab. But I have also inked both sides, so I did that twice. They're both plain. I did that twice, and then I traced these, but I printed these. So the mats for page 7 is on page 37. So I printed both. I printed 2 off, and they are the vintage script that's part of your purchase. My viewfinder looks so bizarre. I hope that I think the white throws my camera off sometimes, so I'm hoping that it's just that. So then I took those and I traced them out of this cardstock here. Where's, I was going to say, where's that piece? So I traced them side by side. I traced 2 out from this piece of cardstock, and there's the back. It's the one of the cut apart sheets. Okay, so I've got that ready, and then page 8. This is leftover from another page that we used already. We already used these. These are the gatefold doors. We used them as a slim pocket. So we're going to use the belly band, except we're going to make it a pocket. So it's this piece right here. So it's just plain. I mitered the corners, put tape on and mitered the corners so that they don't overlap, and I cut 1 long tab off. And then here is the mat for it, and I traced this onto one of the scraps that we cut into already. It's the blue plaid with the yellow on the back. so we're going to use that. Then last but not least is page 9, and I printed the Flutter background design like so, and I printed it onto white cardstock, and on one of them, so the one on the right, leave the long tab but cut the top and bottom tabs off, and then put tape on the back side. So ink both sides but put tape on the plain side. And then for the pocket, we are using this side. So we inked this side up, we put tape on this side and miter the corners to where they don't overlap. And that's just to keep bulk down, because we're going to be matting the whole thing anyway, but it does take, it does add extra bulk if they overlap. But that's okay. And then I printed page 39, which is the mats for this page. I printed this onto white cardstock, and it's the Vintage script. We're not going to use one of them, but we are going to use one. And then I also traced one onto that same color purple, number 16, white cardstock. Let me find the page. Is this it? Yep. I just printed off a plain number 16 and traced that out of it. Okay. That is what we got so far. I'm going to set this aside because we're not using this today. So this is what I've got in the haven't used yet pile. So that's where I got the belly band pocket thing out of. Alright, so let me clean up really fast and I'll be right back. I am having a little bit of a technical difficulty. Twice now. My camera says I hit record and my camera just, it starts recording, and then I look up and then it says card reader error. And it doesn't make a noise, it doesn't signify it stopped recording or anything. And then I went back and looked on the card to see if there was several clips that were messed up, and it's just one so far. I don't know what's happening. So I don't even know where I left off, but I haven't done anything except clean up, separate the mats from the main base pages, took my woobie off because I was hot. I was getting ready to attach a page and I looked up and I was like, oh no. So I don't know what's happening, but I'll just have to check more often. So we're gonna set the mats aside because we might need to add magnets. So I'm going to leave them off for now, and this way we'll get a better feel for what we are gonna need them for. So I'm gonna start with page number 4. We're going to flip it over to where the tab is on the right hand side, and if you have tape on it, it'll be facing down. And then I'm gonna use one of page number 7's, and this is why I looked. I was gonna check to see, I was gonna check to see if I was doing it correctly. And hold on, let me see. Let's see here. I am. Okay, all right. The way I had planned it. I'm trying to keep it flat right through here, and I kind of want to add a bunch of space for photos. So, all right, so I'm gonna take one of page number 7 that we've got ready, take the tape backing off, and I am going to add it to the left-hand edge there, left-hand side. And I'm gonna try not to go over this score over here. I don't know how good I did. I wasn't, I looked away. Oh, it's not too bad. All right, so we got one that flips out this way now. All right, so there's one. Then, on top of here, we're going to take another one of page number 7, and we're going to attach it to this page that we just added. We're going to attach it to the right side. So let me open it up like this. That way, you'll get a better idea. I'm gonna attach it right here on the right. So I'll show you guys. Just a reminder, if you're nervous about attaching things down with double-sided adhesive and not being able to get it back up, or you have an unsteady hand, just run some glue over top of it. Any glue is fine. Any stick glue is perfectly fine. and then it'll give you some wiggle room. So I'm going to flip this all the way around because the way I like to attach things down, I can see better this way. So I'm going to add it to this page without going over that score. So there. Did I get it on there good? I did. Yep. All right, I'm going to burnish that down. Okay, so let me fold it the way it's supposed to be folded. Okay, so we just added this page, so it flips this way. This page flips this way. And then we have this page. So that's 3, doop, 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 okay, in an accordion style. Okay, so then on top of here, we are going to add the pocket, which is going to be on this side, this right-hand side, so it's going to be on the top layer. And we are going to burnish this. I'm going to remove the tape backing. I will use the glue stick trick again just to show you that it's easy and it's no big deal, and it just gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Also, just in case I get antsy and shake. Sometimes I get real shaky. So I'm just going to add just a little bit, just running my glue right over top. Again, it does not matter what glue you use. So I'm going to turn my setup here this way, and I'm going to add that right on the edge there. Just like that. All right, pocket. We've got a flip, and we got a flip. Okay, next one, we're going to add this flip page to this side of that same page. I guess I'll just do the glue stick thing, this whole page setup, just so you can see. It's just an easy little additional thing to do, but it gives you some peace of mind as well. Like, it gives you a little wiggle room. And that one's going on this side, like that. So we got that. All right, so then we got one more thing to add, and that is this slim pocket. So we got this pocket, this flips. Ooh. Got a little bit of overlap there. And then this flips out this way. So I was going to put this pocket here on this side. So we just finished adding these things to the top layer. We're going to flip this whole bit over like this. So now we got something that looks like this. We're going to add this pocket to this side. So I thought about doing a belly band, but I think this way things will stay in better, like when you're flipping your pages. So I'm going to take the tape backing. I just want room for photos, and the areas that are up next to are going to be rubbing up next to another page. Oh, I was going to do the glue stick trick. Plus, we've got some stuff coming up soon. So, like, I know I'm using this paper collection, but you could use a Christmas collection and do the same album, create the same album for Christmas, because I know we take a lot of pictures for holiday stuff. So keep that in mind. So I'm trying to show you guys ways that you can get the most out of your real estate, get the most bang for your buck, and it still be pretty and interactive and useful. Okay, so now we've got this little pocket. I think I wanted it sticking up a little bit. I don't know if I like that. I must not have got it on there perfect. And so here's our complete page setup. So we've got this page, right? So it's going to, this is the front. We're not going to do anything, or the top. We're not going to do anything with that. So we're going to just flip it over to the back. So we've got a flip, a pocket, a flip, a pocket, and a flip. So we got lots of room for things to be added. Okay, so I wanted to have a magnet here to keep this closed so that when it's laying flat against this, right, this is where this is going to be. So when it's laying flat up against here, it doesn't flop. So I might actually do 2 magnets so that it'll stay closed. We'll see. Okay, so magnet here, and then we could maybe do a magnet here. Let's see. Well, let's start here because I know I want to keep this closed. So let's start there. So I'm going to grab my magnets. Ooh. All of my magnet resources are linked below. And I want to make sure that you can't, there's a magnet in the very bottom layer, and I want to make sure you can't reach it. And you can't. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I think I will do 2 magnets. Doop doop. To keep this closed. So I'm just going to put a glue dot there, glue dot there, magnet, magnet, and then okay. So since this is a pocket, I better go ahead and put magnets here. Magnet, magnet. And I'm going to put glue dots on them, and then we'll close it. We might have to, oh no, it'll be fine. Okay, then we're going to close it. Like that, right? So then the question now becomes, do I need to make sure this stays closed? All right, so if it's like this, and then we could maybe possibly use those magnets to our advantage on this top part too. Let's see. Okay, that's closed. We do need to keep it to where, okay, I do need to add more magnets. That's okay. We'll just, it's okay. And for this one, I'm going to do circles so that I can put the glue dots down. And I'm thinking that maybe we can just I think it's a lot, but I think it's going to be what we need. So I love using magnets in my album, but if you don't like using magnets, you could just use paper clips, you know, to keep everything tidy, and that way you don't have to add magnets. You can just, after the fact, you can just put a paper clip going, okay, this needs to stay together, so I'm going to add a giant paper clip, like, you know, one of these, and just keep it closed, you know. Let me do this before I get all upset here. So instead of magnets, you could have just used a big paper clip if you want to. You don't have to do it this way, okay? Just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I just enjoy magnets, and if you buy them in a big enough bulk, you get a really good deal on them. So if you find, I have all my resources linked below. So that's going to keep that closed. Then we have that. Okay, because this is probably going to be heavier. Okay, all right, that's good. We got that. We got it. Okay. So now we can just, actually no. Now I'm going to go through and just put a little bit of tape over top of each magnet so it doesn't move. I don't think it'll move, but you never know. All right, now I'm going to go through and I'm going to mat everything. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. I'm just going to go through and mat everything. I'll probably fast forward, but I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac. Actually, let me go get a bottle and fill this up. I'll be right back. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, I'll just use this bottle for right now. Because when they're brand new and they're full, they're easy to use. This is Fabri-Tac. Beacon. And then when it gets a little bit more complicated, then when it gets a little rougher to use, I'll put it in that bottle. But for now, I should be able to, does this have, oh yeah, it's already cut and everything. Okay, I should be able to use this. Oh, and they have a nice little, okay, they've changed their lids. Nice. So I'm gonna put this up for now. I'll see you in a little while. Alright, so I'm going to use Fabri-Tac and I'm going to remove the tape backing off of the magnet piece. Off of the magnet pieces, and I'm going to attach everything down. So I'm just going to go through and do that, and you should be able to tell where everything's going. Alright, I've got all the matting done. And of course my neighbor started mowing his lawn. It's like he knows when I turn the camera on. He doesn't just use a push mower either. He's got a little riding mower, so it's even louder. I don't know. He just seems to know. Okay, I got glue all over me now. Wonderful. I know this doesn't seem very exciting, does it? I know, but we're gonna add stuff to it, hopefully. I do have some photo mat ideas in mind. So I have printed, these are the 3x4 photo mats from the Photo Mats Essentials, and I print, what do I got, 2 pages here of the 3x4s on 28-pound paper. And I think I am going to use some of them just really quick. I'm going to stamp 4 of that I know of that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to lay these out here, and I'm going to put 3x4 on them. This is from my stamp set with May May. The first place I know I want to put them, I think I'm going to put some here on this purple right here. Obviously we can put some here. Actually, I probably should, because that's kind of the whole point of having those pages. Okay, well, let me do 2 more, because I know of another place. Oh, I didn't print 2. I did print 2 pages, but I don't know where I'm missing 2 of these. Well, anyway. Okay. It's okay. I can always print more, or either that or I used them somewhere else. Okay. So I am going to glue these down here. Just real quick. We might end up adding something in the center. You never know. But for now, we're just adding photo mats, and glue's getting everywhere. That's the one thing about having a full bottle of glue is it comes out freely. Comes out freely. And a lot. And then another fun place that I wanted to add photo mats was here. So I even put myself a little post-it note. Don't forget. I wanted to put one here and here. Even though this is a pocket, I wanted to put these two here to kind of break up, because this is like really busy. And I kind of wanted to break that up a little bit. I am going to have an insert there, which I have an idea, which we might do that today. We'll see. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with all these bigger pages, but this is what I know so far. And I just think it's fun to add photo mats to mats in pockets. Why not, right? It's wasted space otherwise. I mean, it's pretty, but at least this way you can add yourself a couple of photos. They're kind of like, oh, did you hear my belly? That are kind of like secret, you know? They're hidden. They're not going to be completely hidden, you guys. You're going to be able to tell there's photo mats under there, but you know what I mean. Whoops, I did not do that spacing very well. A little bit up, a little bit of down, a little bit of wiggle wiggle. Sorry, I've got glue everywhere. Right, so let me grab something. Here is one of the photo mats I showed you all earlier on. So if that was here, it might not be that way. It might be this way. Right, it just kind of, I don't know, creates interest, and you want to pull this out and go, ooh, what are those? You know what I mean? So that's the idea behind adding those there. Okay, now let's see. Let's put these pages together. Let's add all these things together. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start, this is the page we just made. This is the next page. So I'm gonna attach this tab, this flap to this. Okay, I'm gonna attach this to this. So I'm going to be putting it down right there, and I'm going to be staying away from that edge. And now would be a good time too if you wanted to use your glue stick to position it, and I just might actually, so that I've got some wiggle room. And so I'm going to flip this down like this, and I'm just going to lay it on top here. I'm going to pull away just a little bit from that score. And let me flip this over. And now those two are attached to each other. Like that. Right? So these two now are attached. You guys see that? Okay. So then, next up, we're going to flip that like this. We have these two pieces, and I think I will attach this one to this first. So I'm just going to take this strip off, and I might peel this back a little. And this, because remember I did it wrong. Like I shouldn't have taped it the way I did, so we're kind of going backwards. But that's okay. Okay, and I do have something in here trying to help me keep everything solid so I don't mess up too bad. But I think I'm going to take this piece and lay it over. Oh, should I do, just in case, I don't want to mess up now, right? So I'm going to take it and attach it down to this tab. And don't go over any scores. Things won't move freely if you do. Yeah, I've just got this. This was my first little jig that I made before I released the templates. It was like a prototype jig. But I am going to use it to help keep this stable. So now I'm going to flip that over, and I'll flip this over, and I'm going to flip these pieces of tape back, and I have a spot right here that's going to need covering. I don't know if that'll stay, but okay, now we've got that. It's not going to stay. That's okay. All right, that's fine. So we have this. So this is now attached to this base pocket with the vellum envelope. Now we're going to attach this side of it to this tab. Same procedure. We're going to take that off. I'm going to flip this one back. And this one back, and then there's this one here. Glue stick. And I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to line it up to this score without going over. Let me get this piece. Let me get it over here so it's flatter. Okay. Okay. Flip this over, flip that. That one's not going to stay either. Maybe. Okay. So now all of these pages are connected. So this is the page we just worked on in this video. So this whole part, since we use those magnets, it is easy just to open it up like that. So that's good. That's good. That's what I wanted. So that's the page we just made. And then this page, we did this one in the last video, I believe, right? And then this one opens this way, right? So now it's all one piece. And this one is sitting funny. I don't like that. Why are you sitting funny? What you getting caught up on? Oh, I bet you the magnet here, there's a magnet, and I bet you it's trying to grab a hold of the metal. That's funny. Okay. All right. So that is what we've got so far. I don't know what I want to do here, but I did have an idea for an insert. And I'm debating on whether or not I should do it in this video. I'm going to do it in this video. Why not? Let me grab the supplies and I'll be right back. Here is my insert idea. So if you're seeing this, then it was a success. So let's just put it that way. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this just yet, but here's what I think I'm going to need. I printed off, this is from the Photomat's Essentials 2, and I printed off this version. This holds a 4x6 photo, and I printed it onto paper. And I am going to line the inside of it, or the back side of it, with coffee stain paper. And this is one of the pages I made using that one cookie sheet that had the flowers on it. And this is just 20-pound paper. It just happens to be a big sheet. So it's double regular paper size, right? So 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 11. It's 11 by 17. Okay, so I'm going to trim this out really quick, but I'm going to leave it together. I'm going to make like a little booklet, and I printed it onto paper on purpose because I wanted to mat it and, or not mat it, I want it to line the inside. So I didn't want it to be too thick. So let me just trim this out all the way around. All right, now I'm just gonna fold this in half. Like so. I'm gonna put a good crease in there. So I'm wanting to make this a window. So I have to be careful how I attach this on this side. So this is my window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply glue on this side. And I'm not going to apply glue on this side just yet. And you'll see why in just a second. I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac again since it's sitting here. If you weren't cutting a window, you wouldn't have to do it this way, but I am cutting a window. It's really not that much glue, you guys. I'm just spreading it out with the tip of the bottle. Okay, I think I'm gonna go like this. Oh, it's not quite. I might have to, probably gonna have to ink it because I didn't get it on there very good. I don't want to tear it either. Okay, so now I'm going to trim this out with the paper trimmer. Yeah, I got it on there crooked, but that's okay. It's all right. Got it a little crooked here, so I think I'm gonna let's make it right. Okay, so you can see now it's been lined with the coffee stained paper, but it's not attached to this side yet. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my craft mat and I'm gonna grab a craft knife and probably a ruler. That'd be the easiest. And I'm gonna cut this window out. And I'm gonna go through both layers at one time. You know what though? Really quick, before I do this. No, it's fine. It's fine. I was gonna ink it up, but I'll wait. I'll just do it in a second. All right, I'm gonna cut this window out. It's better to make a couple passes than to try to go all in on the first pass to try to cut through. Just slow and steady, and don't move your ruler while you're cutting. Make sure that paper is flat on there underneath. I'm trying to be too precise, I think. One more cut. All right. So now we have that. And we also have these two pieces. I'm going to put these in my scrappy tray. My Crafty Companion scrap tray. And I am going to move this. I don't need this. We are going to put a vellum window in here, just like we did in the very back on the pocket. I have a torn piece. I don't know why it's torn, but it is, and it's there, so I'm going to use this. And I think I will just mark where it is and cut right inside my pencil lines. Because I want to stamp this before I attach it. So this is just vellum, just regular vellum, nothing special. And now I want to stamp on it. Now I need to figure out what colors I want to stamp on there. Okay, I had to change my battery, but I picked out the colors I wanted. So these were my swatches where I stamped onto the vellum, right? So I think I'm going to go with Victorian Velvet and Bundled Sage. Maybe a combination of both of them a little bit on here. I think that might be pretty because where it's going, where this insert's going is in this pocket. So it'll pick up the soft pinks and greens from over here. I think it'll look nice. So, and it's also going to be up on the coffee stained paper. So I wanted to pick colors that looked good up against that as well. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put these up. I'm going to grab my stamp and I'm going to grab my vellum. I'm going to get my ink pads. Whoops. Put that up. What did I say? Victorian Velvet and Bundled Sage. Okay. I'm wondering if I should do them one at a time or both. That would be interesting. I also need a piece of paper so that when I go to stamp on this, it's on something. All right, I think I'll do a little bit of both. Let me start with the pink. I'm sure a little bit of paint got on there, but it's okay. So it doesn't have to be solid. Matter of fact, I would prefer that it wasn't. Okay, it's going to be hard to see though, I think. Let me just stamp that off. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. I like it. Okay, I need to dry that. I need to heat set it because I can see that it's still wet. And I also want to bend this back to where it's supposed to be, so I've got a clear mark. Ooh. Is it because it's not glued down? I don't know. You guys, did I mess up? Let's see. Is it gonna matter? Probably not. Well, we'll see. But here's my plan. I am going to glue this down to here. Like this. So I'm just going to go around the outer edge of this to glue it down, and I'm going to leave it open to where if I wanted to put a tuck, I could. That still looks like it's wet. It feels like it's wet too. Interesting. Okay. Hopefully I don't mess it up too much. Okay, now I'm going to put glue around all the area that you see that's white, and we're going to glue the coffee stain paper down. And I'm hoping that I'll leave it flat and it'll dry better. Oh, way too much glue on there. This might be too much, right? It might be too fiddly for some of you, and that's okay. I understand. You could just lift it whole probably, and it'd be just as cute. I'm going to leave that to dry. Flatter. So what it's going to look like when it's closed, it's going to look like that. So let's leave this out because I want to add something here. Some decoration like we did back here on this one, right? It just looks so good, I think, on there. So it's going to be going right here. I just need to keep that in mind. And I'm going to pull out some things that might look kind of cute. We'll see. You stay over there, plant. You don't get to participate. And again, another nice thing about having it stamped is that when you flip it over, it still looks decorative when you have the vellum stamped. That might be just too big of an embellishment. Cute, but... Alright, I think I've decided this. This is what I want to do. Yeah, I think that's what I've decided to do. So, let me put these up. And I would like to add a little bit of ink to the back of these two. Okay, I am going to attach this little bit to the bottom here, and just to where you could still put your photo there, 4x6 photo, or whatever, ephemera. You could put ephemera there if you so choose instead. But I just thought it was a cute little something on this side. Alright, and then this piece, let me see about how I want to put this on here. That's exactly how I want it. I'm going to grab some of the purple tape that I have somewhere, and I'm going to glue them together. I'm going to tape them together and then glue them together. Like that. And I'm going to put glue right here. And then I'll put glue on this side. This side. And there's probably going to be a little bit there. Alright, and then I'm going to put this here. So for now, oh no, I've already glued that in, so nothing else can tuck. So okay, I'll just glue the whole thing down. That's fine. That's perfect. I was going to say I was going to leave it loose, but no, we're not. So alright, that looks really, really good. Now I'm going to let everything dry. I need to ink things. I'm going to let it dry. I'll be right back. Alright, I got her dry and I got her inked. I got her folded gently. I gently got her folded. And it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. So I feel like I'm not going to do anything right now, but I feel like something needs to be here or here. Because, well, I don't know. You guys are, I'm not going to do anything, but just let me know your thoughts. What do you think? So that's where it's going. I think it looks great right there. I think that's good. I realize there's tickets and tickets, but I like it. So I think that's all we're going to do in today's video, you guys. Make sure to leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts. Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying the videos. And don't forget to check out all of the links and information in the description box and in the first pinned comment. And thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.